Hey everyone, and welcome to In the Know. I'm Emma Meyer, and today we are talking about an interesting topic. So we are in the world of video right now. But what does that mean for PowerPoint slides? A lot of our clients are always asking, I've created this presentation, I've a huge slide deck. How do I incorporate it into my presentation? So I will share with you some tips and tricks to make sure that the slides you are using and some of your visual references are used to the best of their ability without boring the audience or creating what we call death by PowerPoint. And honestly, these tips will make your life a lot easier too, because it can be more fun to get creative with your slides rather than just writing out your typical text-heavy bulleted slides. So let's talk about some things you can do. First thing is quality versus quantity. So when you are putting together your slide deck, a couple things I do recommend. I mean, you don't have to say goodbye completely to PowerPoint, but I would always recommend including an intro slide that has the contact information as well as a photo of any of the speakers who are appearing in your webcast. Now, this is just a great way for your audience to connect with those speakers, especially if you're joining by audio. It gives a nice way to allow people to be able to see who will be appearing, maybe put a face to a name, so a nice way to increase that engagement. You can also include call to actions and just a good way to get in contact with you. That's something that you do want to put front and center at the beginning and end of your presentation. So start with those, you'll be good to go. Also, any visuals that you can show on your slide, and these can be literally full slide images, any visual reference points, something that maybe is a hard to explain concept via text, show a picture of it. Get creative there. I love using full images on my slides to just kind of push along the concepts I'm talking about. And it also keeps it interesting. People don't have to look at you the entire time. They can check out your nice creative slides. Also, key data points. So instead of writing text-heavy slides, which honestly allows the audience to kind of look ahead a bit too much, and they might tune out if you're giving them all of the information right in front of them, it can also force you to read directly from your slides. So pull out key data points and perhaps quotes, just with those strong hitting points that you really want to resonate with the audience. That will still keep you on track because you have some concepts to understand and keep pushing along your presentation. But again, really hammer home those points with your audience. So another thing to do is if you do have something that you really can't get around not showing the audience, perhaps it's a spreadsheet or something very complicated, this is something that you can include as a handout for your audience. So we always say on In the Know, do not be afraid to use your notes. I would recommend adding those complicated documents or websites or something that you want the audience to follow along with. Call it out in your presentation. Say, hey, let's open up this handout and look at it together. You can have a paper copy in your hand. Again, a great way to give your audience those items that they can then print out in future reference without bogging them down with very text-heavy and crazy slides. So I hope that this makes a difference in your presentation. Again, get creative. These are all some fun ways to make sure your presentations are engaging and you will not suffer that death by PowerPoint. So join us every week for a new video on In the Know, and thank you so much for stopping by today.